Have you ever wondered if your thoughts are truly your own? A question that may seem absurd at first, but once we begin to peel back the layers of our reality, it becomes a profound inquiry. Our thoughts, the very essence of our individuality and freedom, are they really ours? Or have they been subtly manipulated and conditioned by forces beyond our immediate perception? In a world that's rapidly changing, we must question the origin and authenticity of our thoughts. Consider this. The thoughts that majority of us hold today have not just naturally evolved over time. No, they've been carefully crafted and engineered to steer us towards a specific direction. A direction that prepares us for a new world order. A direction that leads us to believe that we're freely choosing our path, when in reality, we might be walking a path laid out for us. Many of us are under a strong delusion, a delusion that leads us to outcomes we don't truly desire, outcomes that serve the interests of those who manipulate the strings from behind the scenes, outcomes that are not in our best interest, but we've been conditioned to accept them as our own. Why, you may ask? The answer lies in control. To control a population, you don't need chains or cages. All you need is to control their thoughts. The minute you understand this, is the minute you can begin to see the illusion for what it is. This world has been conditioned to accept immorality, civil rights agendas, a dark world that is completely against the Most High, a change in roles of man and woman away from how our Creator designed it. But why? Why would anyone want this? This is not a matter of conspiracy theory, but a question of our freedom. The freedom to think independently, to question, to discern, to choose. These are the foundations of our humanity, and they are under threat. The moment you understand that your thoughts may not be your own, is the moment you can start to change that. It's the moment you can reclaim your sovereignty over your mind. It's the moment you can begin to wake up from the strong delusion. It's the moment you can start to see the world for what it truly is, and not what you've been conditioned to believe. The Matrix serves as a powerful metaphor for our reality. This cinematic masterpiece, steeped in complex allegory, paints a vivid picture of the delusion that grips our world today. Just as the inhabitants of the Matrix live their lives oblivious to the artificial nature of their reality, so too are we often unaware of the conditioning that shapes our understanding and acceptance of various societal norms and agendas. Consider, for instance, the widespread acceptance of immorality. The Matrix, in its illusionary world, mirrors a society where traditional moral compasses are often skewed or entirely disregarded. We see this mirrored in our own world, where moral boundaries are constantly being redrawn and redefined, often in the name of progress or individual freedom. Similarly, the Matrix analogy extends to the civil rights agendas that shape our societal discourse. While the fight for equal rights is noble and necessary, we must also question whether the narratives we are presented with are truly our own, or if they have been carefully crafted and implanted in our minds by external forces. Moreover, the Matrix metaphor illuminally highlights the shifting roles of men and women in society. In the Matrix, gender roles are fluid, reflecting a more egalitarian society. But we must question, is this shift a natural evolution of societal norms, or a conditioned acceptance driven by unseen architects of our reality? Just as the protagonist, Neo, wakes up to the artificiality of his existence and seeks to break free, we too must awaken to the conditioning that shapes our worldviews. The Matrix is not just a film, it is a mirror held up to our society, a metaphorical reflection of the delusion under which we operate. In order to understand that many of our thoughts are not our own, we must recognize these conditioned acceptances. Like Neo, we must question the reality presented to us, seek the truth beyond the veil of illusion, and strive to reclaim our mental sovereignty. Remember, awakening from the Matrix is the first step, a crucial leap towards understanding that many of our thoughts are not our own, but have been carefully conditioned and engineered. Let's delve into the goal of the antagonist character in The Matrix, Agent Smith. He is a character of keen interest because his agenda, when examined closely, reveals a chilling similarity to the way our thoughts and perceptions are being manipulated in the world today. Agent Smith, a program designed to maintain order within the Matrix, harbors an insidious desire. He wants to copy himself into every person living in the Matrix. A virus, if you will, intent on attaching itself to every living entity within this virtual world. By the climax of the movie, we see that he has achieved his goal. with the entire matrix filled with his clones. Now let's draw a parallel to our world. Imagine Satan as the agent Smith of our reality. What he seeks is not much different. He wants his ways, his mindsets, his ideologies to be implanted onto every human alive. He wants the world to be literal copies of himself. Satan's agenda is not about creating a dystopia filled with fire and brimstone. No, it's much more subtle. It's about influencing our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions. It's about making us accept a world that is against our true nature, against our Creator. It's about making us believe that our thoughts are our own, when they are not. They are the product of a meticulously crafted conditioning that has been happening for ages. Satan's goal is to make us believe that we are the masters of our destiny, that we are the creators of our reality. But in truth, we are merely playing out a script that he has written, living in a world that he has designed. This is the strong delusion that we are under, the matrix that we are living in. But remember, just like in the matrix, there is a way out. There is a path to awakening, to truth, to freedom. It requires humility. It requires love for the truth, and it requires a willingness to question everything that we have been taught to believe. Satan's goal is to make the world literal copies of himself, affecting our thoughts and actions. But once we realize this, once we awaken to this truth, we can begin the journey of reclaiming our minds, our thoughts, and our lives. If you have not recognized the truth and woken up, your thoughts are not your own. These words may seem alarming, but their importance cannot be overstated. The consequences of not recognizing this thought manipulation are profound and far-reaching. Imagine for a moment you are a puppet, with invisible strings pulling you this way and that. You believe you are making your own choices, living your own life, but in reality, your thoughts and actions are being guided by an unseen puppet master. This is the stark reality for those who remain unaware of the thought manipulation that permeates our society. As we've discussed, our thoughts are not entirely our own. They've been influenced, guided, and conditioned by external forces with their own agendas. The consequences of not recognizing this manipulation are akin to being caught in a strong illusion. Like a dreamer lost in a vivid dream, you may not realize that the reality you perceive isn't truly real. You may believe you are free when in fact you are entrapped within a matrix of manipulated thoughts. This illusion, this matrix, is powerful and convincing. It can lead you astray, drawing you further from the truth and deeper into the illusion. It's a seductive dance, a captivating narrative that keeps you engaged and oblivious to the puppet strings. But it's a dance that leads not to freedom, but to a life of manipulated thoughts and actions. The consequences of such unawareness are not just personal. They ripple out, affecting our relationships, our communities, and even our world. They shape our perceptions, our values, and our actions. They influence our decisions, from the mundane to the profound. So what happens if we remain unaware? If we don't recognize the manipulation and remain caught in this strong illusion? The answer is sobering. We risk being condemned to a life of manipulated thoughts. We risk living a life that isn't truly ours, guided by thoughts that aren't truly ours. Without awareness and change, we risk becoming mere puppets, our lives dictated by unseen puppet masters. Remember, the moment you understand that your thoughts may not be your own, is the moment you can start to change that. It's a journey of self-discovery and empowerment, and it starts with the simple act of questioning. Question your thoughts, question the world, and most importantly, question the status quo.